You know, menopause should be a nice transition. It shouldn't be a train wreck, and that's what it's like in this country. We don't see it in other countries. And probably one of the most important things in the metabolic processes that calcium is important for is for regulating our metabolism. We cannot lose weight without it. We have about 70% of the population in this country. We don't see it in many other countries, but in this country, we have a lot of overweight people and obese people. 40 to 50% of our population is obese. You know, so there are a lot of challenges that we have in this country because of these deficiencies.
So what is osteoporosis?
Well, you know, as we get older, it's natural for us to have some type of bone thinning. It's a very natural process. Like when women go through menopause, we should be doing that. What's not natural is osteoporosis, and what that is the inability to mineralize the bone. You know, when I worked at the Norris Cancer Center with Norman Cousins, who wrote Anatomy of an Illness and Laughter's the Best Medicine, he introduced me to Linus Pauling. Now, Linus Pauling was another Nobel Prize winner, and he said, I remember him telling me, when he would look at diseases or health challenges, he could literally go and link every disease that he dealt with back to a mineral or a nutrient deficiency. And I never ever forgot that. Even when I had my own health challenges, I knew that I would always look for, what am I deficient of? What can I fix it with? Because, you know, foods are the building blocks of the body, you know, and what else would I go to? And it's always been able to serve me in my life, you know.
So what are the symptoms?
Symptoms. Well, there are so many symptoms, it's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, most people think that it's normal to have joint, muscle, or back pain. I mean, they live with it their entire life, and it's not normal. That's a big symptom in this country. People who have gum disease, that's not normal either. That is definitely a calcium deficiency. Even the FDA is saying hypertension, colon and rectal cancer may be an indication of poor calcium in the body. We have other diseases such as poor connective tissue or collagen loss. People who have their bones, like their ribs, maybe pop out of their back. Rickets, that's making a comeback. Do you know what rickets are? That's when your bones get really soft, you get bowed legs. That's actually making a comeback. That's a vitamin D deficiency. You know, we have all these different diseases, like the inability to properly clot our blood. You know, we see it, that's rampant in this country right now. They're taking all kinds of pharmaceutical drugs for that, when in fact, you know, it could be a mineral deficiency. You know, when I talk about calcium, I want you to know, I'm not talking just about calcium, you know, what we're seeing on the market today. What I'm talking about is that we need about 18 to 20 different nutrients that combine with the calcium to build a strong bone, you know, to regulate our metabolism.